I mean, I think the movie is much bigger in scope. It's more of what you loved on the show, and it's just, I mean, it really pops off the screen. You know, we've had a lot more time making the movie to really experiment and explore with the different ways we can make Entourage fit the big screen.
And in terms of the evolution of the characters, I mean, I think, inevitably we all grow up to a certain extent. And certainly for my character, I'm getting ready to have a baby, so that's a big adjustment for everybody. And Vince is taking on new responsibilities. So I think everybody's, maturing appropriately to a certain extent.
Yeah, you don't want to be too mature.
We don't want to be too mature. That would be boring.
Like a boring old guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, who cares? But I think that what people really love about the show is that it's very much about friendship and brotherhood, and less about individuals.
Absolutely.
Which is a little strange in a society that is very individualistic. But I love the fact that they're like, when like we have a baby, we have a movie, it's always we, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
Can you comment on the sense?
Well, it's true. Like we do, and when we have the baby, it's we have.
Yeah, you don't say I.
It's like a group. It's like this baby comes into this world with brothers and uncles and a family that they couldn't possibly wrap their head around. And support system.
It's what's been missing in the American dream. It's all about the personal pursuit of happiness, but the reality is, it's no fun if you do it alone.
Yeah.
So that's what this show is about. It's about all of the spoils of what it's like to be at the height of the American dream, but recognizing that it's only good if you have your friends along with you.
What do you think Vince would do without E or Eric? Because your character is it's a little idealistic, and I think Eric is much more down to earth, and he's the manager and no.
Yeah, I mean, we complement each other well, and I think that's important, specifically for directing a movie and a feature. You have to have the vision. You have to be willing to take risks. But as a producer, you have to, obviously keep your director down to earth.
There's the business side of it, and
so.
to the character of Vince's credit, he acknowledges that, and he'll defer to E and always listen to E. But at the same time, E ultimately knows that Vince is the boss, and the final word is his. So it's a give and take.
Don't you think that the film is a great tribute to certain aspects of Hollywood, like the way Hollywood runs itself, how they produce films, how you guys went from fighting to get into being inside, and
yeah, I mean, I think we always did that with the show. The show was always a big lesson in the do's and don'ts and the how-tos of Hollywood, and I think the movie is just an exaggerated in a cinematic way that version, the movie version of what the do's and don'ts and the pitfalls of business side of Hollywood.
How much have your life changed through Entourage?
Oh, in countless ways and subtle ways that I can't even.
I mean, you really can't put a measurement on what it's done for us across the board on so many different levels. And everybody in the group has not taken 1 second of it for granted, and we all appreciate every day that we have to be a part of this.
And working with Doug for so many years, did he get on your nerves or not? As the director, showrunner, I'm kidding, but
it happens. It happens.
Yeah, he deleted me from Facebook. Doug deleted me from Facebook.
Really?
We recently became friends, but we weren't Facebook friends for 5 years because he deleted me over a fight over a script or something. But Doug's our brother, and Doug's the boss. But but he's collaborative, and he hears our whiny actor complaints, and he does his best to make everybody happy.
So it's important to bring happiness to.
Listen, when everybody's happy, everything just moves smoothly.
And the reality is, we're in this together.
Right.
It's
like in
not
like in the story.
Yeah, it's not
true.
just in the show. It's actually in real life. This movie would not exist without every single actor, committing to it. So yeah, we need everybody on board.
I think sex is awesome in the TV show.
Me too, man.
No? No.
Oh, that wasn't
Sex
it?
is so awesome in general, but also, on the show. And talk a little about sex. They always want to have sex, and you think it's a generational thing, or it's like
They've been having sex for hundreds and thousands of years.
Yeah, I think this is.
I don't
an
think we're
age-old
on to
thing.
anything new here. Yeah, listen, I mean, look, part of, the brand of Entourage is, fun and
Wish fulfillment.
wish fulfillment and, girls and fun and parties. So I think that just comes along with it.
I mean, and a lot of times people are busy with their lives. They're working, jobs, and it's a tough economic time. So it's nice to be able to escape into a fantasy world where you can do anything and like really indulge your desires without any consequences. And that's what it is. It's a fun ride. And for this summer, it's an R-rated comedy. You're gonna go. It's gonna be no punches pulled, and it's just like it's a fun ride.
It's good.
I came out of the film saying, "Fuck, what the fuck?" Like a little like Ari, like,
Right.
and it was great. I liked that the realism of the language, and we can say "fuck" because in Canal Plus you can say "fuck,"
Fuck.
"fuck,"
And we said it. There you go.
Fuck.
"fuck."
I can do that. Too.
Fuck.
That
it's
felt
cool.
good. That was very liberating. Yeah.
Liberating.
Merde.
Yeah. So, when it comes to scripts, how scripted was this film? I'm sure it was, but I don't know.
Highly scripted. Very, 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 very scripted.
Doug is
Very little improv.
Doug's like Shakespeare, very particular about his words and his rhythms.
He's about the rhythm. So it's not so much that you can improv here and there, but 99
It won't make the cut.
Yeah, you'll get cut out. You can improv what you want, it's going to get cut, but like 99% of the stuff is scripted.
I would like to know what you think of. I think that for some reason shows like this that were shown on TV become much more popular because they're part of our lives. We're sitting in the living room, I'm having a beer and I'm watching you guys, and then so I think that I'm closer to the characters. Do you agree with that? If TV makes
Yeah, well, we're also defining, a culture and a way of being with your friends. So I think people bring us into their lives on the television, but they also embed us in their lives by, we're like teaching them how to bring their friends in the game as well.
I think, but to your point, I think it's definitely different when people feel like you come into their home every night. So if you watch an episode of Entourage when you're laying in bed before you go to sleep, it's more personal. So people feel like they know you. It's different than going to the movies and watching it on the big screen. On a TV show, we come into your home, so we feel closer.
Also, the nature of this show is, it's so naturalistic. It feels so real, and it's part of our jobs to make it, feel very off the cuff, and get that rapport. So I think even more, it feels like we are part of their family.